Today we are grooming Lucky. I'm quite not sure what kind of breed he is, and he weighed around 12 kilograms. He never been in grooming quite long times ago, but he seems to be well behaved for a professional grooming. His owner said this boy is not aggressive at all, and he want a short body grooming with round face. At first, we did the nail cuttings and grindings. Then we start shaving his body using 9.6 millimeter, and it seems pretty good so far. Like you can see, he's a well-behaved dog. He had a little hair mat on his body and some of them on the forelegs. But anyway, our clipper can get through it. So we're moving on to the bustings. We bring him to the bus tube and start to putting a lot of water on his body. Everything went well. We did it correct washings on him since he let us do anything. So we kind of get well cleans on him. Most of the dog that I met, they kind of had busting so much, but this boy is different. After that, we did the towel dryings for him, and then we can say that it was the sweetest part of the grooming today. Then we took him to the tables and blow drying him, and he's a little nervous, but we can get a job done in a fortune less. After drying, we found out that his hair looking not good because they're still a little longer than we expect. So we used the 6.4 millimeter to shave a little more, since this is the request from his owner that he need a little shorter than the usual cut. So we use this kind of giving him a very clean look. Well, now it's time to transform this boy into another look. My first starting point of trimming was to start from trimming the forelegs. The reason is that I want to complete the whole body trimming first and then making them nice. I start with the two front leg and then finish the two back leg. After I done with those parts, I start to working on his face. Now it's time to give this boy a new look. When grooming straight fur dog breed like this one, Shih Tzu, Pomeranian, or any other, normally I use blenders or curve scissor. So first I use my curve scissor to shaping his head. Starting from clearing the overgrown fur around his eyes. There are two reasons that I'm doing that. So first, you can't make the dog stand still without removing the fur that block their eyes. I mean their visions. It seems like you are working with a blind dogs and they don't know what is happening, what are you doing with them, and this causes the dog to scared or afraid of what you're doing with them. And the second reason is that you need a clear reasons of how they look after you removing the anything that growing around the eyes and giving you a clear shape of their face, and you know where you need to cut or where you need to keep. So on the top of their head, you need to comb all the hair to the front directions and then trimming the overgrowth hair over the eyes there, and this will make his head looking better. Then we start to removing the fur under his chin and making its round shape like the jaw lines, and that's when you do a connection from the mouth to the ears. The challenges of doing grooming on the face, especially the dog that they use to the grooming like this one, it's like the dog trying to pulling back you when you are holding or trying to control their head. So in this case, you just have to be patient and like keep the holding, and then when they understand that you have a purpose to control their head, they can just let you control and you can do the job. And yes, this is some of the dogs that have the natural behavior like that, and I met a lot. So all we have to do is to patience when we do the face trimming. So then I'm start to remove the messing hair around his mouth, and you can see there's a lot of dirty hairs like a black colors or yellow, and most of the pet owner they asking to make that area look clean because when they eat the food, those parts will be contaminated with the foods and getting bad smell. So the way to do this is to grab their mouth part like in the videos. I don't know how to explain this, and then you use the curved scissor to clearing that areas and like a V shape that areas, and then when you start to remove the hair over the top of the nose, you need to make it round, and the only things that you have to keep in mind is that those hair need to be removed in order not to making a block for their eyes. After that, you have to check if there's still remaining hair that's blocking the eyes, and you have to remove if there's still. So the only difficult part of grooming this boy is when we do the face grooming. As you can see that he moving a lot and he don't want me to cut or trimming. But anyway, I have to finish the face cutting. I spent around 3 hours for completing the whole process of the full grooming set for this boy. And the most part that consuming a lot of time is when I'm doing the hair trimming. Like you can see this boy is like very difficult to do the face trimming. He seems very fine for everything since the first step of the spa, but at the end he's coming into a different dogs. And now this is the final look of this boy.